Good day and welcome to the Silly Point podcast, a review of the first day of the first test in Chennai between India and England. My name is Phil Dillon for Wickets and Pickets, and I'm joined today by Declan Hooper in sunny Brisbane.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Pretty good first day for England. I don't suppose anybody can doubt what Joe Root has done in the last three test matches, and a century on his 100th test. I think he becomes the 9th player to do that. So he's a really key figure for England, isn't he?
Well, we said this in our previous show that he was going to be the key man for England, and God, he did pull it out today. He's, as you said, his 100th, 100 in his 100th test, his 20th test century. So some nice round numbers there for him. But I mean, just all class today, all class, and it was kind of the perfect test match innings. Started off slow, took away the pressure, then started to get a rhythm going in the middle section of his innings. And then towards the end, he was going about a run a ball. It was just all class. And special mention to Dom Sibley as well. I don't think Joe Root could have played that innings if Dom Sibley wasn't at the crease soaking up the pressure as he did. Dom Sibley does come under scrutiny when he doesn't get the big scores, when he takes a long time to get in and doesn't get the big scores. But today, other than the dismissal at the end there, he'll be pretty happy with his performance. It was pretty gritty, pretty hardworking performance. He was 3 balls from facing a full day's play.
Michael Vaughan did say that he thought Joe Root's 100 was the perfect 100, like exactly how you've explained. So high praise from a former captain. Look, Root's just incredible at the moment. 3 centuries in a row in Asia on turning wickets. It just shows to show just how crucial he is to the England lineup. But like you say, it was important that Dom Sibley stayed around, especially after losing those 2 quick wickets. I did think at the time, I was looking at it early on, and they had got off to a really decent start, the 2 openers, and then typical England lose 2 quick wickets in succession. I think maybe Dan Lawrence at number 3 was a bit of a tough call. I'm not sure whether he is a test match number 3 yet. I suppose you've got to try it when you can. Who else did they have? I suppose to replace Zach Crawley, who's injured his shoulder. So
I do think with Dan Lawrence, it might have been just copped a good one early. Like the 2 wickets that Bulmer took today were both peaches of balls. And look, I would question whether if Dan Lawrence had faced 100 balls, whether he'd kept that one out. So it might just be one of them for him. I think the 2 openers were going on quite nicely. So 63 partnership up for them. And then out of pretty well nowhere, Rory Burns plays a ill-timed reverse sweep to Ravi Ashwin, goes straight up off his gloves, and he's away for 33. I think it's another tale of woes, I think, for Rory Burns and the England openers getting starts, and one of them going on with it, but the other one not. I think he'll be disappointed with that, especially because after seeing Root stay in all day and Dom Sibley staying all day, I think Rory Burns will be saying that he probably, once he got in, as he said, probably should have been stuck around all day as well.
Yeah. It's 260 odd on the first day in India is not bad. Like you said, with somebody of the class of Boomer, he can turn the game on its head in the space of 2 or 3 balls, and that's what he could have opened the door again for India with that wicket in the last over before close of play last night. So today will be very important for England because nothing short of 400 plus on this wicket will suffice. Joe Root will know that he's only done half a job, and he'll want to go and make a big one like he's done in the last 2. It's apparent. Joe Root said in his interview last night that the wicket's already, showing signs of wear on the first day. So, by the time England will want to bat all day in the second day, and a fair chunk of the third day. If they're going to, get a chance of winning.
I feel like 600 is well there for the taking. Like, I mean, I know Joe Root said that there might be signs of wear there, but I mean, I didn't see much from what I watched today. It was a bit of a road in Chennai. We had the 3 spinners for India. So you had Nadeem, Washington Sundar, and Ravi Ashwin, who all went. I mean, Joe Root targeted the spinners today. They all kind of, I think Ravi Ashwin went for just a 2 and over, and then Nadeem and Washington Sundar went up between 3 and 4 and over. Yeah. And in the last session, Joe Root was scoring boundaries off them pretty well every over. It does beg the question whether they should have played Mohammad Siraj rather than the extra spinner. I mean, I'm sure that they would Washington Sundar's in because they needed some kind of batting at 7. But if that's the case, this is the early consequence of that, I suppose.
I think what Joe Root showed in his innings, like you say, that Roy Burns took a risk with the reverse sweep against Ashwin. But what Joe Root does, he scores quickly by rotating the strike, but it's risk free as well. And
he's so in control.
The longer he goes in his innings, the more in control he gets. And then when he gets to like 130 whatever now, he'll try the fancy shots now because he knows that he's in. But he'll know that he has to start again today. It's not a case of we got 203. We're 3 for 260 odd. That's the game over because, as we said before, Bumrah can strike at any moment. Ravi Ashwin has the ability to turn things around. Excuse the pun. But so it's this Indian attack, even though we think they're probably a quick bowler short, has proved in Australia that it can bowl sides out.
And finishes as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like so it's very important that England go on with this because this Test match is crucial to what happens next in the series. I think it's but what it does show is that the England top order seems to have ironed out a few creases, if that's the right word.
And just a quick word on the England selection. It seems to me that the England selectors are going to go. It's either Broad or Anderson.
Yeah,
and I think this would have been the perfect Test match to try and get them both in the test. But instead, they've gone for Don Best and Jack Leach. I would have been tempted to try and get Broad in and maybe you play Moeen Ali instead of Ollie Pope. Would have been my pick.
That's what I would have gone with.
However, they've gone for Don Bess, who I think might be a bit lucky to be in this test. But I mean, look, he's taking a fifer. And look, maybe they're thinking that give Stuart Broad the bib for this week, maybe
fire him up.
Firing him up and getting ready for the next test. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, I think with Stuart Broad, he's a bit like Merv Hughes, who is given the into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame this week. That you could throw them to the ball on a wicket that's doing F all, and they could inspire from nowhere. You know, somebody described Merv Hughes as the best bowler on a flat wicket, and I think Stuart Broad's up in that class as well, because he sort of does things that no other bowler can do on a flat wicket. He finds the, like bowls a slower ball or a big quick bouncer, whatever, something out of nothing. And Ben Stokes can do that as well. So maybe they're thinking next time they can get. But I was a bit surprised that they didn't go with Moeen Ali, especially after Ollie Pope just coming back from injury as well, and not necessarily playing much cricket. I suppose Moeen Ali hasn't played much cricket either. So it's like, but I would definitely have gone with him. Gives you an extra spin out, and then you could have easily left one of the other spinners out, because you would have had Dom Bess, Joe Root, and Moeen Ali as your spinners. I know it's not so much variation, but you've still got three spinners, and your batting lineup is strengthened as well. I mean, I think looking at the England tail, it's quite a long tail. Yeah, with Dom Bess coming in at 8. And
that's something that Jofra Archer can bat as well. I think he's got a few first class 50s too. I mean, it's a long tail, and as we said earlier, I think today's the day for England. They've got themselves in a great position. I mean, that can all change pretty quickly, but I think today they'll have to. I think Ben Stokes coming back to Test cricket as well, which is great. You've got firepower to come in Ollie Pope, and also Josh Butler can score a 50 off 50 balls. I think they'll be really trying to push for 600 here. I think that they need to. Yeah, I think they need a big score for to get themselves in a great position. But we all know in Test cricket that can change so quickly. It can change in 5 balls.
Well, that Virat Kohli's going to go. If he gets in, he'll go big as well. So you got two of the classiest players in world cricket in the both sides. So you know what you're going to get with the Indians. Rohit Sharma can go big. Shubman Gill can go big. It's like their top 6 is pretty good top 6. Probably arguably the best top 6 in world cricket at the moment on current form. So. England do need a big score, but they don't need to move the game on too much today. They just need. I think they need to bat all day today, and if they bat all day today, they'll be on 400 plus by the end of today. They should be. If they bat all day and sensibly, they don't have to take too many risks. I mean, yesterday they 260 on the first day. If they do that again, that's 500.
Well, they did the hard work yesterday, didn't they? Didn't they? Yeah. So, I suppose all to play for. Will we there again to cover it tomorrow? Yeah. Sorry about getting you up so early, mate.
That's all right, mate. When the sun streams into your bedroom window at like 4 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't give you much chance to sleep.
Yeah, mate. It's looks like it's going to be an absolute scorcher today here.
It does,
in Queensland. But we'll be here to cover it all again, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Ta-da.